All right, the next lesson is going to be a continuation of the colorizing the eggs lesson. So what I want to do here is open up a new photo and just give you some basics really quick on how to take a different, more complex image and colorize it. So what we're going to do is open up Photoshop and we're going to colorize the Coke can photo that you had on the disc that you got, and we're going to open that up and we're going to start to color it. Now, the same thing as last time. We're going to zoom in on this picture though, and we're going to zoom in and we're going to isolate certain areas. But before we do that, we're going to do like we did last time, which is we're going to add a new layer. We're going to find a rock that we want to color, and then we're going to move on to the next one. And that's basically it. So nothing new here, just that it's more detail. So let's take a quick look at this. We're going to use the magnetic lasso, and this is a nice black and white photo. The nice thing about this is you can use the magnetic lasso on this. You can also use a paintbrush, which I'll show you in just a moment. Okay, and so what we're going to do is pick a color. I kind of like this color already, so I'm going to go ahead and pick that color and take my paint bucket, and there you go. Let's take the opacity and let's change it so it's a little more see-through. Now, obviously you can make them lighter or darker or kind of in between. So you just have to be very picky with your colors here. You're not going to want to, put a whole bunch of the same colors around, or maybe you do. Maybe you want to have more of a monotone look to this rather than a wide variety of colors. And so let's go ahead and we're going to lasso another area. And I'm just going to go ahead and drag right around here. And I'm going a lot faster than I normally would. So, if you're taking your time on this, that's fine. Now, again, a little mistake here on purpose. I did lasso this, but I need another layer for this color. Maybe you want to do all of your red on one layer, or all your blue on one layer, but I'm going to just keep adding layers here because I want to show you the process. If I forget to add a layer, I've just added it. Now I can add a new color here, and we'll move forward. And I'm going to take my paint bucket and paint that in, and take the opacity down and see what I can see. Now we'll go on to another, and we'll just keep continuing on here. And again, I left off my new layer. I'll create a new layer here in just a moment after I lasso this and come back around. I'll go ahead and add a layer and get a new color. I'll go with more of an orange here. See what we can come up with. And take that opacity, pull it back. There we go. And maybe now I'm going to go ahead and add another layer and take my lasso and just continue on here. Now I've got a 2 pixel feather here, and that's going to help to soften up the edges of the rocks that I am outlining here. And you might want more of a feather. Some people like to have more of a feather, and that's perfectly fine. There's nothing that says you can't have a more of a fuzzy edge. In fact, my edges are a little bit on the crisp, clean side, and so I probably would want to lasso this a little bit better. And I'm just going to keep continuing with this. And that's what you're going to do. You're just going to keep continuing, coloring every single one of these rocks, coloring the little different parts of the Coke can, the bottom, the base, all different areas of this Coke can you can color in. It takes quite a bit of work. Okay, so don't be surprised if you have to take a break from this lesson and come back to it. That's why some of these projects are a little bit difficult. But I am going to name my layers, and I'm going to make sure that each and every layer that I work on is individually named. And so you can name them red 1, red 2, red 3, and then green 2, green 3, green 4. In most cases, though, I think what you're going to find is that is that you're going to want to do a project like this. You're going to want to do a layer on one color, solely on one color, and I'm going to show you very quickly how to do that here in just a second. And then you're just going to continue on making sure that these names are extremely easy. Now, normally what I might do is just have my green layer, and then I'm going to just go around to the different colored rocks, and I'm going to make sure that it's set at 100%, and I'm just going to go around to all the different rocks that I want to color, and when I color them, they're all going to be green. They're all going to have the same opacity, and it's going to make my image look fairly unique in that I'm going to use all these images or these layers to create this very unique looking image. And I think what you'll find is that you're going to get a big payoff at the end of this project with the more effort that you put into this. So I'm just going to do a whole bunch of rocks all green, and then I'm going to do a whole bunch of rocks all red, and I'm going to do a whole bunch of rocks all orange, and then a whole bunch of rocks all purple, and a whole bunch of rocks all brown, and then different parts of the Coke can I might do that way also. So I just wanted to let you know that this is a perfectly good way to do this project. It is time consuming, and you are going to need to be aware of how much time you're spending on this, because it will take you a little time. Okay? Good luck to you on this lesson. Email me if you have any questions. If something's going wrong and you can't figure out how to do something, let me know. There is one last thing here, and that is, if I want to use the eraser and I want to erase this, I can go ahead and erase this color here, but I cannot erase any of the other colors. You have to make sure that you're erasing either the color that is currently active with your lasso, or you must make sure that everything is that nothing has a lasso on it at that moment. I can select the yellow here, and you'll see that even though I'm on the yellow layer, I cannot get it to erase, and that's because my lasso is active right now. As soon as I deselect my lasso here, oops, and now I can select this yellow layer. I've got to actually get rid of that layer there. Now I can go ahead and use my eraser, and I can erase on the layer that I want. As long as that lasso is not active and I cannot see the crawling ants any longer, then I know I can go ahead and lasso another rock. So if you find that you're not on this color and you're actually on the layer and trying to erase and want to erase, check your image to see if you have anything currently active in the lasso, and that will usually tell you that oh, I've got a tool that's active. No wonder why I can't erase. Okay, so you can't use another tool while another one is active. Good luck, and as I said before, email me if you have questions or come see me in class. Good luck.